Thanks so much for making our tails wag by watching this guest interview from Arden Moore's Four-Legged Life. Make sure to subscribe so you're up to date with all of our Four-Legged Life content.
Pause up, pet pals. Welcome to Arden Moore's Four-Legged Life Show. I'm your host, Arden Moore. Now, you're in for a double treat today. Our first guest creates pet trading cards with a purpose. They bring smiles to everyone, including kids in hospitals all over the country. Later in the show, we discover the paw power of therapy cats. Yeah, with a leading cat behavior expert. But first up, raise a paw if you have or do collect baseball or football cards. That's great. But what if you're not into sports? Our first guest is the creative force behind pet trading cards. Yes, cards with images of dogs, cats, and other pets that delight everyone, including kids in hospitals all over the country. Please welcome to our show the creator of Toki Pokey cards, the wonderful, talented Christy Mhyre. Welcome to the show, Christy.
Thank you, Arden.
Oh my gosh, Toki Pokey. Just say the words, everyone. Toki Pokey. They have to bring a smile to your face, right? How did you get the name Toki Pokey? I know, but share with our listeners.
Toki is the name of my first Boston Terrier, and Toki means rabbit in Korean. She had very big ears.
I didn't know that. Okay.
Yeah, so that's what Toki means, and her nickname was Toki Pokey.
I love it.
When I was trying to come up with a name for the website, that's just what it ended up being, Toki Pokey.
Now, Toki Pokey, the dog, and Toki Pokey, the cards. Wow. Toki Pokey lived a long life, and we're going to dive into that a little bit. But what about your background? You're in creative design. What's your background?
Well, I started studying architecture.
Oh, I didn't know that.
I was introduced to a computer, and it was a whole new tool. And so just dove into every aspect of graphics, programming, and ended up building websites for a career. And so I love everything creative, photography, crafting, you name it.
Yeah, didn't you win some awards too recently, Toki Pokey? You guys for graphic designs, am I wrong?
You're probably thinking about the awards that the dogs won for their costumes.
Oh, that's it. So TOKIPOKI.com is the site. Pet trading cards. How did you come up with that idea?
Well, Toki, it started out with Toki having a lump on her stomach and taking her to the vet and listening very carefully when the vet said, it's a hernia, it's okay, don't worry about it, going back to the hospital and saying, have it removed.
Okay.
And because Toki let me know in her way, this is not okay. And it ended up being a biopsy, and she had mast cell cancer. And
How old was she at the time?
She was 6.
Okay.
And so when I brought her home from the hospital, all wrapped in her body stocking and her frozen peas on her stomach, I said, you better get better, or, get better, and I'm going to build you a website.
Okay.
And so so a year went by, and she ended up having another tumor. And at that point, I remembered I made a promise to my dog, and I have to keep it.
Yes, absolutely.
I started trying to figure out what kind of website to build for her, and the end result was the trading cards. And part of that was I had a client in Beverly Hills baseball cards, and I was sitting
That's a pretty big client, yes.
Yeah, I was sitting in their store, looking around, and this all the stuff on the shelf, thinking, wow, like there's so much. There's like $1 million worth of sports collectibles in here, and I kind of don't completely relate. Like I like sports, but
yeah.
So in my head, I was like, if it was pets, then maybe. And then the light bulb went ding,
No, it probably went woof.
And that's how the trading cards started. And so I did a test run. I did a road trip with Toki. all the way across the United States for 5 months. We put everything in storage, packed up the car, and we both stepped out of our comfort zone and met people in dog parks, on the street, walking their dogs.
Wow.
In stores, meeting mascots, and offered them a free trading card if they would go to the website and sign up. So that's how my first 250 members came to be. And everybody thought we were kind of crazy. Like, what are these cards? But then when they received them, they thought they were pretty cool.
I love that the tagline on tokipokey.com is pet trading cards with a purpose. And that says it all. So you want to, I have 3 Toki Pokey cards for all you lucky YouTubers out there. One is of my dog, Kona, who is a therapy pet. One is of my cat, Casey, who is also a therapy cat. And one is the crazy, fun, playful Rusty the Performer. And on the back of that, you can create little messages and another image for about your pet, about your business. And I think the beauty of the Toki Pokey cards is it has many purposes. So you want to dive into that, Christy?
Sure. So while we were on that road trip, I met somebody who signed up their beagle, their bunny, and then their son called me and he said, I was in the Yale Children's Hospital and Hasbro Children's Hospital and had a liver transplant, and I really think these cards would be super cool for Halloween.
Is this Ryan?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so tell us about the
Yes.
story with Ryan.
Yeah, so Ryan Agnew. So we packed up from where we were and we drove to Rhode Island to meet
Wow.
the beagle, the bunny, and the boy. And
You know that's a book title. Sounds like a good book title.
it was
All
an
right.
adventure. It was certainly an adventure, and Toki was quickly like the celebrity in his neighborhood because he went through the neighborhood and 60 other kids signed up their pets, and it was super exciting. So she got a celebrity welcome, and Ryan did our first delivery to Children's Hospital with Halloween cards. And
So here is a liver transplant patient named Ryan who's doing his part to give back.
Mhm.
So, wow.
Yeah, so that was a lot of fun, and we realized quickly that these cards brought a lot of joy to children in hospitals, and so we have ever since then continued that through the holidays and even just throughout the year, sending trading cards over to the hospitals.
So the way I think you can explain it better than me, but I put in an order for whatever I want. Then what do you do for the kids in the hospital?
Well, typically, somebody will order 50 to 100 trading cards, which
I
will
order
then
more.
send- yeah. And then I will print more. So sometimes I print 500 total. Sometimes I print 1,000 total. It depends on what we're doing. Depends on how much participation we have. And I pack them in little sets of 5 or 6 cards, kind of like this, in a little sleeve. So it's easy for the hospitals to distribute. And then we mail them out.
All right. Oh my gosh. Hey, everybody. We are talking with the creator of Toki Pokey Pet Trading Cards. Her name is Christy Mhyre. And when we come back, we're going to learn a little bit more because I think what her mission is to bring joy is amazing. So you all know the drill. Sit, stay. We'll be right back. Welcome back to the Four-Legged Life Show. I'm your host, Arden Moore. And we're speaking with Christy Mhyre. She is the genius. Can I say that term? Yes, the genius behind Toki Pokey trading cards. And you need to know that you can use these for many purposes. I have gotten mine because I want to sneak in a little message about me as a pet first aid instructor. And if with your indulgence, you get a little chance you get a photo, you send it in, and then you have the back cover, you can do other things. And my first aid cat, Casey, part of his message on the Toki Pokey cards, and he is number 1,133, he says, "Pause up, pet pals. I'm Casey, the pet safety cat. I'm a friendly, I'm a friendly, outgoing orange tabby who likes people, other cats, and yes, DOGs. And it goes on. So, Miss Christy, what kind of people want to get Toki Pokey cards for their pets?
Well, there's a huge variety. I think a lot of people who go to dog parks, you meet other people.
Oh.
They like to exchange cards. I think it's pretty cool if you move into a new neighborhood and you were to take your cards around to your neighbors. If you have kids, they can meet the other kids, or you
I
can
like that.
say,
Yeah.
"This is my cat." If you see it outside, it shouldn't be, but now
Yes.
you can recognize
Yeah.
it.
Yeah. We have him photoed. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
We have a lot of people who use them for business cards
Okay.
or to promote their
Like with my first aid. I mean, seriously, wouldn't you
mascots.
rather have a cute picture of a dog named Kona given to another contact as a business card with a little message on the back than a regular old business card?
Mhm.
Right.
Yeah, they're really fun. We have superhero trading cards.
Oh, tell us about that.
Well, this was a result of Toki's 100th birthday party that we had here in San Antonio.
And dog
And
and dog years, please tell me.
yes, yeah. Yeah, and we had 70 some people show up at one of the local hotels with their pets dressed in superhero outfits. We had people fly in, and actually,
Mhm.
Teddy,
Mhm.
he has a pet resort in Walnut Creek, California, and he is the bellhop. So he showed up at the party as the bellhop for the hotels. And
Oh my gosh,
that
that's
was
cool.
really awesome. We have some members that use this for awareness, so cancer awareness.
Oh, Puppy
Puppy
Up.
Up.
Yeah, we've had them on our show. Luke
Puppy
Robinson.
Up.
Yeah.
Birthday cards,
Oh, perfect idea, birthday
for
cards.
a pet birthday.
Yep.
We have a group out of Georgia who have just recommended so many people over to us. They're Caring Paws, and these are all therapy dogs that help reading education assistance dogs.
Perfect. I
And
love that.
so they have their bios, their photos, and they get to
Right.
leave their cards with the kids.
Okay.
Christmas cards, of course.
Oh, of course, yes.
Yes, to put in your Christmas.
Any bark mitzvahs? Okay.
And during the summer, we do a whole line of summer cards too, because kids are in the hospital and they're probably you can only watch so much TV. I know a
Yeah.
lot of them like to read the cards. I've heard stories from some of the nurses about. There's one nurse here in San Antonio who would hand cards out to kids that were nervous before surgery.
Oh my gosh.
And
Yes.
one of the stories which really stuck with me is one day on her day off, apparently a kid came in to have surgery and was incredibly upset because they didn't get their Toki Pokey cards.
Oh no.
And that's because their sister or their sibling a year prior had come in and they got the cards.
So they wanted those. Okay.
Yeah. So that really stuck with me. But I know that the kids will read them. And this particular nurse would share Toki's story because Toki had over 15 surgeries. Her mast cell kept coming back. She fought it for 10 years. She was a total crusader for cancer. And her little story, I think, stuck with a lot of these kids. Like, she kept going and she's brought all her pals together to help support you. And so this was the story that this nurse would use with the kids. And she said it would calm them down and occupy them.
Toki lived to be how long? Because I know you did a lot of good care for Toki. Toki lived a long life, even with challenges.
Almost 16.
Wow. Okay.
And she was deaf. She was blind. And her last bout with cancer, there was an opportunity to amputate her leg, and I just couldn't do that to her.
Right.
So she spent a lot of time in the front yard with her dear friends.
She's up in dog heaven looking down on you. And who is your current cuddlies now? Who do you have?
Well, here, first of all, I'll show you. These are the twins. Beanie and Frankie, my monsters.
And they're Boston Terriers for those not on YouTube.
This one's Beanie here.
And Beanie, and she's showing Beanie. And Beanie.
And Frankie.
Beanie and Frankie. I think you have sort of a pick on dog breeds.
A little bit. They're Franks and Beans. And then this is our CED, Petey, who's 11 years old.
And tell us what that initials stand for Petey.
Oh, Chief Executive Dog.
And how old is Petey?
Petey is 11 years old.
Hi, Petey. Oh my gosh.
He takes his job very seriously. He goes to work every day.
You bring a lot of joy to people with the Toki Poki cards. What have dogs and these cards done for you?
Oh my gosh. I've met so many people because of my dog Toki, and the conversations I've had with others who said the same thing. Because of their dog, they've met us. Our pets bring us together. They unite us. And their unconditional love and the way they can take any stressful situation and just calm it down and create laughter. Like, I always joke and say that dogs are aliens.
Really?
To observe us. And, at a certain point, they're like, all right, we're tired. You're good. We got to go, And
that's an interesting
rather than
concept.
like just disappearing, poof, they're like, all right, we've given you all the love and care. We want to see you now.
And I think that's very well said, Christy. Folks, I want you to go to tokipoki.com to check it out. And even humbly me, she has made it so easy for you to put in photos and do the little script on the back. It's a template. It's real easy. And when you get your package of your cards of your dog, cat, or whatever, it is better than Christmas and your birthday combined. Wouldn't you say? It's wonderful. And I use them all the time when I write, when I give out my books. Every book has a Toki Poki card inset in it too, because of my pets and the contribution they've made for me in the book. So I kind of feel like Toki Poki has made me a better person, Christy.
Thanks, Arden. That's sweet. It's fun. It's
fun. So people are curious we do have, yes. How many Toki Poki cards would you say are out in the world? And of all the Toki Poki subjects, who's the king or queen?
Okay. So we've delivered over 350,000 trading cards to children's hospitals.
That's wonderful. That's wonderful.
We have over 1,200 members, I think. Yeah, we have over 1,200 members. And Toki actually met a member in California, and his name is Cooper, King Cooper.
King Cooper. Okay, who is King Cooper?
A little Chihuahua, and King Cooper became Toki's best friend.
Aw.
And I would say that Cooper has the most Toki Poki trading cards, and he shares them with everyone. And so actually he just did our Halloween contest, our Halloween card, and he is an ice cream cone and just adorable little delicious guy.
He is.
And he smiles. Like he's got
he does.
A smile. Yeah. So
well, that's the scoop on Cooper. Sorry for the bad thing. Hey, everyone. I have so enjoyed having our guest on, Christy Mhyre. She is the creative force behind Toki Poki pet trading cards. Think about that. What a good gift. And kids all over the country in hospitals, they have smiles thanks to you, Christy, and all that you do. So I give you a big paws up, and I'm so glad you could be a guest on our show today.
Thank you, Arden.
Hey, everybody. After the break, we're going to take a closer look at cool cats who dig being therapy pets. So hang on. We'll be right back. Pause up, pet pals. Thanks for watching. If you liked my video, please hit the like button. Also, subscribe to my channel. I want to keep providing you with great guests, special first aid tips, and yes, more videos of these guys. See you next time. Pause up!